Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm the girl Nicole with Insights. Today I'm going to be talking about all the zodiac signs with their zodiac. So this one is going to be Aries with all 12 zodiac signs. How are your relationship with the other person? If you're Aries dealing with another Aries, or you're Aries dealing with another Gemini or a Taurus, and so on and so on. So this is going to be your reading, Aries, of what is going on with you and the other person. Because sometimes when I go to other people's readings and I'm like, you took it too long to get to my part. So this time I'm going to do 12 zodiac signs with how are you other people. So it might seem like I'm overlapping with this. So it just might seem a little confusing and it might seem like I'm repeating when I go to the next sign. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm also trying to start a Patreon channel so that can be a little bit more raw, as I say. The title of my channel is Pure Raw Insights, because I know on YouTube you can only go so raw before you get excluded. And also on other social media platforms, the same thing, right? So I hope you guys get your coffee, your tea, whatever thing that you like to enjoy, and come on and sit and enjoy with me. I hope you guys like the channel, okay? I know Aries, me, you guys, the two kind, but sometimes Aries you don't see it because I move a little too slow for you guys. You're like, no, if it was me, I would do this. Man, I'm telling you, and I'm like, I want to keep my heart Aries, okay? I want to keep my insanity, okay? So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the reading. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop deleting it, and I want to try to make this like 21 minutes if I can. If not, next. It's gonna take me a long time to upload it up YouTube. Oh dearie. So anyway, let's go ahead, Aries. For some of you guys, Aries, you could be dealing with somebody who you are texting over the phone and you're just doing a lot of chit chat with this person. I feel like you are with someone who you are very competitive with. I feel like when you guys are together, you are constantly like, I bet you can't do this. I bet you can't do this. Oh, I bet you I do this better than you can. So it's always like this. You guys are two of a kind. So it's like you always trying to compete with each other, trying to see who can do things the better way. Aries, I feel like you always feeling like you're being targeted. Okay, you may feel like someone is always making you out to look like you feel like you're being blamed for everything, Aries. And I guess you feel like you're the poor victim, like, why me? Why this had to happen to me? But I also feel like some of you guys are just ready for war. You're just like, yeah, choose me. I'm ready for it. I'm aggressive. You know, I'm made for this. You know? For some of you Aries, you could be dealing with somebody who is in a wheelchair or need wheelchair chair assistance. Or for some of you guys, may have a child who injured their hand, or maybe they in a wheelchair and probably had an accident with their hand or something. For some of you Aries, I feel like you probably had an accident and caused you to have to be in a wheelchair, and I feel like you guys are working, um, are going back to work, or guys are working out of a wheelchair. You feel like nothing's going to stop you, as I said before. And some of the areas can be very on time with stuff like, nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up, you know. So I feel like some of the areas are getting back into it, or some of the areas are doing a lot of traveling, and you're probably having problems with, you know, with the wheelchair access. Usually when I get these cars, it's basically like having a problem with maybe the airport or the bus station or something, the subway. And it could be that you need your wheelchair and it may not have access or proper way for you to use a wheelchair. So I feel like there could be a conflict with you, and you probably like really butting heads to the people and telling them, hey, you should be able to have stuff that's accessible for us. So I feel like some of your areas are just in that realm where you're just like telling people, hey, make room for me. For some of you Aries, I feel like you guys are going to, I feel like some of you Aries, if you're older people, I feel like you have your grandkids and you probably send your grandkids to a fair, and you are acting like you are 16 years old. Okay? That means nothing but to do it, right? Um, for some of you Aries, I feel like you got to be careful if you're moving something. Either you are the ones who bust it down, or someone gets busted down on you. Okay, bust you down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, be careful with your child. I feel like some of you guys had a child that needs to be that went to the hospital. But I feel like some of you guys, if you're doing something, and I feel like that's your livelihood, you might be getting busted down because they got a lot of this stuff on the floor, on the ground, and it's like either you doing it or someone's doing it to you. So if you're going out of town and think you're finna bust it down real quick, like, if you don't know what I mean by busted down, you're gonna get busted down. If you understand what busted means. So be careful, mindful of that, Aries. Um, I feel like some of the Aries, you probably deal with a coworker who is flirting with you, or you flirt with a coworker, vice versa, whichever one it comes. I feel like you Aries are on top of your game too. I feel like somebody's like, hey, I know what I'm doing. You know, you come up with the charts and you're making sure things work out, happen. So for some of the Aries, um, for some of the Aries, I feel like big things is happening for you guys, and you are really out there wanting people to see what you're doing with your money. You're like, hey, you see this necklace I bought? You see this big old car I bought? You know this big old house I got? You trying to shine? You trying to let everybody know what you got? Be mindful of that, Rich, because you don't want to be dodging people trying to rob you and steal from you, okay? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of the fact that you guys might be going too fast. Be mindful of accidents, Aries. For some of your Aries who are in a relationship, be mindful of driving too fast, okay? So that's the section for Aries with Aries. Hold on, let me tell you about the love part. Like I said, I feel like if you're married, some of your Aries, you could be Aries, could be going out to see somebody else. But at the same time, you could be following your boyfriend, husband, and you find out that this person is talking to somebody out of town, and you could be like, what you seeing in her? Oh, you trying to be with somebody who looks just like me? So it's like somebody who you're talking to somebody who looks similar to you, or maybe when you were younger, Aries. So that's your Aries thing. Then move on to what the relationship could be like with you and Taurus Aries. So Aries, you deal with a Taurus man, as you already know. You want to shine and he want to shine with money. You want to play and have a good time, and he's all about serious and want to make that money. He's hardcore, like, hey, let's get to business. Let's get things organized. Uh, Stop all this chitty chat. I'm serious about this money and this coin. So you could be dealing with the Taurus who want bills paid, who want the house clean, who want you to make this money and stop playing with me or stop playing with it. So you could be dealing with somebody who's definitely about money, or he like material stuff. He likes nice things, you know. So I would say if he don't get it, if you don't get it, he get it. You know, vice versa. This person here is he's all about money. He's money on his mind. You know, he about growth, and he could be offering you a marriage. You know, it could be marriage proposal. It could be renewing your vows for some of you Aries dealing with the Taurus. I feel like you guys are with the Taurus. You're kind of happy with this person. You want everybody to see this person. You want everybody to know you with him. Probably is like kind of shy. You know, he sticks one hand out and be like, yeah, I'm right here, but you know, he's kind of stubborn with it. He's not that open as you are. You know, you kind of like, this is my man, or this is my woman. I want everybody seeing it. That Taurus is like, I'm here, but dang, I ain't all about that attention, but I want that money though. You're about that money. I feel like somebody's trying to either, if this, especially with you, Taurus, is if this relationship, Aries, if this relationship with your Taurus, it could be that some of you guys are starting to plant something new between each other. It could be that you guys are, how can I say, start a new business together. You got a new idea of money making idea coming up. I feel like you guys are trying to, some of your Aries are probably trying to start a garden or open up a field or go and get, what you call that thing is, buy some new land so you guys can, you know, focus you guys, not focus, so you guys can, how can I say it? Dang, if you're going to buy land, you're going to plant some food in there. Some of you guys probably want to start your own garden, okay? That's what I was trying to say for some of your Aries. For some of you Aries that are really deal with the Taurus, he could be someone who works into a laboratory who's doing something like experimenting. He's serious about the experimenting thing. Come on. So that could be something that he's planning too. Is basically someone who works into a laboratory where you experiment with humans, and could be somebody who design robots like that. So you could be dealing with a person who's behind scene, making people, or you could be dealing with a Taurus who uh, he has to deal with people in his own special way because his job tells him that he has to do this. Basically, he's a person who goes out and he looks for information and tells the person, "Hey, I need you to give me what you know." You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? For some of you Aries, you could be dealing with a Taurus who probably drives trucks for a living. This person probably, um, he just, he's a trucker. Um, And some of your areas to deal with somebody who needs self-esteem. This part is hard, like I say. It seems like he's kind of shy, but he got to pump himself up. Or you may need to encourage him to make him feel like he's worth something, because I feel like he has this attitude or energy where he's in and out. He comes and goes with his feelings of self-worth. So could be dealing with somebody who needs to be pumped up and let them know they're somebody special. Aries. Um, you also could be dealing with cars who do repo, like he repo cars, or he have old legend cars and he likes to rebuild up. But this person also pretty much likes to be alone, so you have to keep him entertained, because if you don't, you find him going to the part where he just solo, lost in the wrong little world. So he's with the right person, the fire sign who kind of pumps him up and make him feel like he's worth it, right? So that's it for Taurus and Aries relationship. Let's me move on to Gemini and Aries. What's going on with you guys? So, Gemini and Aries. I feel like you guys gotta um either you guys are getting married or you're getting divorced. Or there could be a situation where you guys find somebody has third party. Okay. Uh I feel like Aries, you want to understand more about what Gemini is doing. I feel like Gemini is maybe kind of like got something hidden and you feel like Gemini has a third party. But I feel like you're trying to get all the fine details about it, because I feel like you want a divorce for this person. For some of those, that's dealing with a Gemini. Gemini may feel like, hey, I got two personality. I gotta have a man for my woman side. I gotta have a woman for. I gotta have a man for my woman side. And I gotta have a woman for my man side. The thing going on. So Gemini's could be kind of in their head, undecisive of what they want in life. So Aries, you are a handful, but I feel like Gemini may feel like you get on my nerves. Let me go ahead and talk to this person. So I feel like Gemini's kind of like going to that other side when they feel fed up, I feel misunderstood, and feel like you're just too much for me. You know, maybe some of your Aries are need to seek balance, and maybe you guys are drinking too much, or maybe you're eating something too much. And Gemini is like, you need to stop eating that food. You need to stop doing this, and maybe they lecture you too much, and you may feel like you too bossy. You too I can say it what would you say? It's not necessarily saying you too bossy. It's like you too strict, or you don't want to let go and let loose. Because Aries are the type of people where you just want to be wild and feel like you can do whatever you want to do at times, and it should be nothing wrong with it. And sometimes Geminis are like that. Sometimes you feel like Gemini understands you, and you feel like you two on the same page. You're like, yeah, that's my boy right here. We're doing the same thing. And then Gemini, all of a sudden, he becomes this other twin, and you're like, what's wrong with you? You were bipolar. You nutting up on you because you don't overdid some things. You know what I'm saying? So some person's like, you might drunk all the milk. And Aries had this, not Aries, Aries probably drunk all the milk. And Gemini was like, dang, I want me some cereal. Oh, I'm gonna go get me some cereal. They go in there and there's no milk. Then his car done broke down and he came to go get some milk. So now he's 38 hot because he feel like, you too childish, man. You play too much. Why you wouldn't go out there and replace the milk, man? Oh, man, you get on my nerves, man. Why you always doing stuff? So it's like you become this battlefield, and it's constant like you guys get along to a point, and then all of a sudden it's like one little thing goes on, and you strikes Gemini nerves, and Gemini's like, oh man, I can't deal with you, man. You get on my nerves. And you could be dealing with somebody when you Gemini, both of you guys probably play lottery too much. You probably gamble too much. Um, or you probably gamble too much, and Gemini don't like that. Or Gemini probably have a gambling problem. One way or the other, somebody doing some kind of lottery, and it's getting on each other's nerves. And also, Gemini, you could be picking fights with other people. And every time you turn around, he got to go bail you out of jail. And Gemini's like, I'm so tired of bailing you out. Or I'm so tired of you calling me to a fight so we can fight somebody. I'm so tired of this. So in a relationship you guys are dealing with, you feel like this is drama. Like you're so, somebody feels like you're so immature. You're so petty. Like grow up. Gemini, they feel like you don't want to be responsible for your kids. They feel like you don't want to take care of your children. Gemini is like, I'm always having to clean up behind y'all. Every time I go to work, come home, I got to clean up the house. I'm tired of this. Why can't you get together? For some of you Gemini, for some of you Aries who deal with a Gemini, um, for some of you guys, you could be having a cake business or could be running a cake business. For some of you Geminis, I feel like not Geminis, Aries and Gemini. I feel like some of you guys are just trying to save money by doing stuff your own way. Okay, Geminis and Aries. Aries, this is what you're dealing with a Gemini. Possibly now. I'm already doing it, but I just had to pause for a minute and come back. So, like I said, some of you guys could be taking an RV trip. Some of you guys could be seeing some spooky stuff, or Aries deal with Gemini who's seen some stuff, and you probably like, "What? You lying? You ain't see that." So they probably seen somebody dumping something. Okay, and you probably the Aries probably is shocked about what they're seeing, or you either seen the Aries or you guys did it together. Whichever one it goes, I'm just saying. So, but I feel like you two was riding on the road, some kind of country road, and it's probably one of them round turn roads. Y'all probably seen something out there, and y'all probably was like, "Oh my God, who is this?" So I feel like somebody dumped something at a church or something. You guys seen it, or you go to a church, and you guys thought this person was a top dog ministry, and he is a top dog ministry, but you still have to come back to church one day and you seen that preacher out there in the back and he was dumping something. And you was like, oh my God, he could go to prison for that. He could go for life. So I feel like some of you guys were together and you seen some stuff and you're like, I know you're right. Yeah. So Aries, some of you guys, and you were a Gemini, you could be learning how to cook together, or you could be showing your Aries how to cook a certain meal, or vice versa. Aries, you could be showing Gemini a recipe that you guys seen online. You're like, hey, let's do this together, okay? For some of you guys, okay, because I feel like you guys in this competition thing where it's like, no, I know how to cook better than you. And you're like, come on, watch me cook this. Come on, we can cook this together. You're like, yeah, that do be good. That do be good. How you cook it? How you cook it? So it could be a competition like that. How you do that then? For some of you Geminis, I feel like for some of you Aries, I feel like you are just wanting to be off and off on your own because you feel like this Gemini could be very cold hearted sometimes, and sometimes it can be very sweet, gentle. You're like, oh my God, it's lucky to death. Some of you Aries could be somebody, Gemini probably get a call that you've been put off the airplane, you had to go pick them up, or vice versa. You could have had to go pick up a Gemini plane because Geminis can't overtalk themselves into misery. But hey, they're still lucky, right? Everybody's still lucky stuff, okay? Um, for some of you Geminis, or for some of you Aries, you could be dealing with a Gemini where you both teach at the same college or same school together. So you guys have to prepare for the same kind of, stuff and everything. So this could be some things that you guys both have to do. So you could be on a farm or trying to build a farm, but you guys also are working together, selling your crops that you harvest from your farming. Okay, so that's all I see for you, Geminis. I'm gonna move on to Aries and Cancer. All right, so that has been your reading for Aries and Gemini. So let's see how you guys do Aries and Cancer. So Cancer, I feel like you Cancer want to end something with you, or you want to end something with Cancer, vice versa. But it hadn't ended yet. Aries, I feel like you guys were celebrating because you might feel like, oh, he's my fiance. He want to marry me. You was like, something went on between you two Aries and water sign because it's like a Gemini relationship where one minute you guys are at a peak and you're good, and next minute at 12 o'clock, I call it 12 o'clock meeting. And then you guys are like the woman named Tamar song, Love and War. That's what they are. I call y'all Love and War because Aries are definitely a war sign. And I feel like water signs is loving, but at the same time, you guys can reach an attitude where you can be just as aggressive as a fire sign can be. So I feel like when you put those two together, you have it to clash at times, and I feel like at one moment you guys are merry and happy and celebrating a baby shower or marriage or getting together or anniversary, but then next minute you're like, I need to end this with you guys, but you don't end it. You come back together because you know how water signs is. They blow off and they think about being alone and think about they have to go and sweet talk somebody else and then they go back to you. And then it's like you're going through the same cycle of drama all over again and hyping each other's mindset. But it could be that you guys have a twin flame. You know, you might have met a Cancer that is twin flame with your energy because Aries and Libra and Capricorn and Cancer shares the same what you call it, Carnera sign. So you guys have a sometimes you can meet the soulmate twin flame, not soulmate, but twin flame. I call when it's water and fire, I call it twin flame. Earth and fire, I call it twin flame because you don't really think alike, you don't really do the same thing, and I feel like soulmate is somebody who actually y'all do the same thing, you think alike, you're in harmony together. You know, you sync with each other. And to me, twin flame is basically you don't think alike. You just basically have that twine thing going on. You just constantly just can't get enough of each other, and just all it is once you stop that, it's like war. So I feel like that's what you guys are dealing with each other. Is dealing with a cycle where one minute is piping hot, and the next minute is like, oh my gosh, get away from me. You never understand me. You don't get me. I told you I want to go to the pizza parlor and eat, and you decide that you're going to sit home and play games all day. Okay, let's see. Aries and Cancer, what are you guys going through? Yeah, I feel like you guys both together are wild adventurous and doing some daredevil stuff. Some of you guys are probably jumping out of airplanes and maybe you're getting pushed because you're too scared the last minute, or you probably on the airplane you probably have to jump out of the last minute. So don't hesitate if you gotta jump. I'm just saying, if you're on a wild goose ride, gotta jump. Some of your Aries, you could be doing, you and Cancer could be on this venture where you like, yeah, we're underdogs, we gonna take it from them. They ain't gonna know that we came there and we hit them up and we got the big time money from them. So you could be hitting somebody Bonnie and Clyde thing, you know, you go and taking it from somebody home and stuff, and they don't know that you're taking it. Okay, so yeah, this could be some money that you guys get that's not yours. I feel like getting Bonnie and Clyde in it, you know. Some of you guys could be dealing with a commander who is either have you on the toes. It could be Aries dealing with somebody in the Cancer part. Feel like they're too emotional and they feel like you're just getting on my nerves. You're too bossy, too nasty. For some of you guys who are dealing with commanders, you know what I'm saying. Also, the relationship that you with someone, you could be feeling like somebody feel like you're just too bossy. Like you have them on this whole. It's like um, being with somebody who's always having to yell or be aggressive, and this person's like, why don't you just calm down and tone down from where you're at. For some of you guys could be dealing with somebody, your partner could be on that substance a lot, smoke a lot, and you both probably smoke a lot. You probably both probably do the same thing, and you're very in a competition with each other. You're always competing with each other. In other words, can't get the word out, but excuse my little French. French. I'm not going to stop recording so I can make sure everything is perfect because, hey, guess what? I hear a lot of people here that's not perfect. So why should I be perfect? It's tired of being perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm sorry. By a long shot. God knows I'm not. You see me, you be like, "Ooh, God, you are very imperfect." Ugh. Girl, who made you? Who made you? You so one of your behind the scenes. No, I'm just joking. But it's kind of bad. Who cares? Okay. I'm leaving. Okay, Aries. I would say don't drink it till you fall out, and then Cancer have to come in and pick you up. Or Cancer, don't drink it till you fall out, and then can't Aries have to come in and pick you up. Because usually Aries is kind of like the strong person, and Cancer kind of one who couldn't handle. I'm saying I'm gonna stereotype a little bit. Because my cousin, that girl can drink you in the sun, and still you would have never known she was drunk. You know, she would have told me she had. We went somewhere with my cousin, our cousin, but not my cousin, our cousin. And this guy had this big old thing of beer. I don't know if it was a jug, a gallon, a 5 gallon, or what it was, but it was huge. And I have never known they make it that size. She took that thing, it was like a half of it. She took that thing and turned it up and acted like she was drunk. She acted like she was drinking water. And I was like, what the heck? And they got all the men that stood around. It was huge. It looked like Predators. Have you ever seen a movie called Predator? Well, them guys look like the Predators. And they stood around her and said, girl, ain't no man want a woman like that. He said, because you will probably be dead before you're 25. He said, you just drunk a whole goddamn, whatever the size it was, like it was water. And he said, that's a whole turn off. He said, anybody want nobody like that because your liver gone. He said, you should have been, you probably dead in a year. And this is how her family drank on her daddy's side. They drank like it's super water, like it's water. And if you had seen the way she drunk it and the way she walked around it like it was nothing, now she was loud and but she still didn't fall out like I thought she was. I'm looking at her like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm panicking. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay? Like you shouldn't drunk so much. Yeah. Oh my god, are you okay? And she'll get at me like, could you stop asking that? I mean, she's holding a conversation with us like as if to say, my mom did this and my mom did that. I'm looking at her like, wow, what are you made of? It's something now. Okay, some of you Cancers and Aries, I would say Aries and Cancer, you guys are probably living in a life where you just don't care. You're probably in a relationship with somebody who is more like you guys are hood rats. And one of the hood rats is like you don't care where you live at. You don't care how you get it. You get your money the best way you know how to. It's like if you got to do Uber driving or door dashing, that's how you live. You live in that kind of level of lifestyle and it don't phase you because you're just living. You just better surviving. And you don't care because you feel like that's what life's supposed to be. You know, you don't want to have no responsibilities. You don't want nobody telling you how to do it, how to get it. And I feel like some of you guys don't, for some in this relationship, you don't have this I go to work type of thing. You have this hustle and bustle. I'm gonna sell this and I'm gonna go take this from somebody. When I want to get it in. For some of you Aries and Cancer in a relationship, you have that. I don't care. If some of you Aries and Cancer relationship, you probably deal with somebody who is definitely bougie, um, or someone who does online gaming for a living. So some of you dealing with somebody like that, and some of you dealing with somebody who has, you know, a mom and dad who pretty much give them money and take care of the relationship. So basically, you have a bond and cloud relationship with some of you Cancer and Aries. I'll call it that. So I'm in that for you Cancer and Aries, and I'll move on to Leo and Cancer. So Leo and Cancer, what is going on with you guys? Let's see. Aries, I feel like you are waiting for this person here to uh, either get divorced or to move on at your life. I feel like some of you guys are angry because you heard some bad news about Leo and you're cutting this Leo off because you're like, I can't do it this anymore. I can't do it this. So you either heard this person here, let's see what you heard. Let's see what you heard. Let's see what you heard. Because we like y'all guys are kind of beefing and sharp tongued at each other. So I feel like there's some kind of beef going on between you, Aries and Leo. You says good. Yeah, I feel like you guys are fighting with each other, Aries, Leo. I feel like you guys are trying to budget everything, balance everything, and I feel like the kids are getting on your nerves. Could be Aries or Leo, whichever one it is. It's like the kids are driving you crazy that you have with this Aries, and you just want to get out and explore. For some of you Aries and Leos, it's like you guys. I don't know if you're in championship or sports or whatnot. For some of you, and it could be that you deal with somebody who's always out and on team or always out doing activities. For some of you Aries, you probably deal with a Leo who wants attention real bad, so they probably get you know, their backside kind of, done in and stuff like that. And you may feel like this Leo is always thrive for attention, and that you feel like this person don't pay bills. Aries, you might go out and work hard, and this Aries, this Leo person is not working, not paying bills. They're not paying the rent. They're, ooh, shoot. Some of you guys are not paying the bills. You give Leo the money, and Leo's not paying money. Leo's probably gambling money away. Leo's drinking the money away. Or if she's female, she's spending on material stuff, buying name brand products, or fake imitation name brand products. Whichever one it is, you're not paying the bills. You're not doing what you're supposed to be when Aries bring home the money. Or vice versa. Aries, you're doing this with Leo on Leo's side of it. But I feel like this is what Leo's doing with Aries. Um, you guys are arguing over the money. You guys are arguing over text messages. You guys are arguing of who's keeping what from somebody. Somebody's hiding something from somebody. And I feel like somebody went to work and somebody found the key. And now you're going through whatever somebody's hiding. So Aries and Leo, somebody between you two, you're hiding something from each other. Also, once again, be mindful of eviction notice, okay, between you, Aries and Leo. So pay your bills. And don't be Uber eatings and know you can pay your bills. Some of you dealing with somebody where Leo comes in the picture and it's not the child's father, but he's talking to the child like he's his child. Maybe the child doesn't feel like every time mama gets a boyfriend, she wants us to pretend he's our daddy. Okay. So some of the kids probably not like the fact that you get a different man with a turnaround versus Leo Aries. One of you guys are doing this. And somebody's like, this ain't my daddy. He don't work, he don't pay no bills. So why help me call him daddy? He is not my daddy. Pay something, okay? But somebody has to watch the kids, okay? And somebody's annoyed with watching the kids all the time, okay? Some of you guys, this is causing some kind of rupture between you guys and relationship. That's why it's coming up. Great. Okay, Aries. This has been your reading, Aries, between you and Leo. So now I'm going to move on with you and Virgo. So what's going on with you and Virgo? Okay, I think some of you guys might want to call it quits with a Virgo. For some of you Aries, you might have felt like this person here act like they are single, don't pay you the mind. They could be tend to be pretty nasty, and you might say like, "Hey, you with me? You act like you're with me, or you gonna live that single life." So you could be dealing with somebody who acting like they're single, and you like, "I'm at my wit's end, about to have a major breakdown. She about to put me in the ground. You driving me crazy. I'm about to get tired of this with you." So you could be dealing with a Virgo who may not say nothing to you, or probably was doing so much in the beginning to their like, um, I feel like this relationship between you and this Virgo Aries has kind of like got your blood pressure high, got you calling on some angels, got you saying, "Lord, I'm tired," because Virgos could be like a Pisces. They could work you the storm. They could run you crazy. Like say, go get me the soap. Go get me the tissue. Go to the store and get me some cheese. Oh, I forgot to tell you. You come back home with the cheese. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I need some ham hocks from the store. Go to the store and get me some ham hocks. Oh, wait a minute. And you come back with the ham hocks. They're like, I need you to go back to the store and get me some bleach and washing powders. I forgot to tell you. So it's like a rip and running, and every time you turn around, it's like nothing's right. Or it's like you tell this person, hey, we need to do this and do that. And you may feel like this Virgo person doesn't like to clean up, or they doesn't like to tend to nothing. They probably all they care about is their animal. And you may feel like you don't matter to this person, Aries with Virgo. Okay, Virgos, I'm back. I don't even say I'm back. I was going to say that because, oh my goodness. So like when I go to talking so much, my throat gets dry. So I gotta put a little bit of water up in there. Put a little bit of water it down. That thing be what? It be dry, Virgos and Aries. feel like your relationship is dry. I feel like you guys need some watering, Aries and Virgo. I feel like you guys are not working together. I feel like you guys are not agreeing to anything. And I feel like if somebody is overbearing and is causing them to feel like, I don't want to be with you anymore. Okay. Um, I feel like Aries, you with Virgo, and Virgo is always up with the scheme or scam or whatnot. And I feel like you're like, what if we go to prison for this? And I know Aries are more like scared of them, but you also daredevils with it. But I feel like some of you guys are dealing with a scamming, scheming, conning type of Virgo. Some of you guys dealing with somebody who has a business potential, but you also may feel like behind the scenes, some of the ropes was being pulled and twisted according to the laws that Virgo feel like this is how the world's supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? Some places like, I don't have to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, they deal with somebody who says, I don't have to pay this much taxes, and then later on you discover like, yeah, you should have paid the taxes. You see what I'm saying? So it's something along that path of someone who's feeling like it can be done this way. And I feel like that's causing the relationship to be kind of stressed because you guys are worried. Aries is probably worried about if you get caught because uh this might blow up in your face or has already blown up for some of you Virgos. I feel like some of you guys have already got caught with your books not being up to date or not right for some of you Aries dealing with the Virgo. So I feel like some of this is already blown up in your face. Some of you guys love this luxury meals with family, with Aries, with Virgo. But I feel like Virgo love this money bit. But at the same time, I feel like Aries is like, man, we gonna get caught. We gonna get caught. So some of you have already gotten caught. For some of you Virgo, Aries dealing with a Virgo, could be dealing with a Virgo mom or somebody who's confused. When they get into the store, they don't know what they want to buy. It could be going through the mission. For some of the Aries who are dealing with a Virgo mom, or you're dealing with a mom who maybe is a Virgo that you probably feels like she's overwhelmed, she's overpressured, she's tired of the stuff, of what's going on. So, okay, that's all I can pull for right now, Virgo. I'll be here all day, okay? And Aries, okay? So let's move on to Aries and Libra. What are you guys going through? What is going on between you two? Let's see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, we got here. Okay, I'm not going to say my cards. I don't say cards. I just got to speak from a story time. Okay. Aries, I feel like you guys are trying to be more like the boss in the relationship here. I feel like Libra is more like in this Alice in Wonderland, and I feel like Aries, you're in this uh mindset of saying, how can you say it? It's like you living in your legend. Can I say it like that? It's basically like your old games or tricks. Like instead of you changing those ways that you're used to, it's like you keep it going. And I feel like you deal with that Libra who wants you to dream in another direction. I want you to do things in a way that is more positive, that's more happy, that'll keep the family, alive and energetic. But I feel like you're like, nah, I'm me all to the day I die. And you can't change who I am. I'm gonna be what I do. I'm gonna be an OG. I'm gonna die my way. You can't change me. And me was like, no. If you look at this picture right here, it's so beautiful. Look at them. They're dressing like the Joneses. They got Louis Vuitton, Louis V shoes on, Louis V pocketbook, Louis sunglasses. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. I want us to go like this. And you're like, nah, I'm gonna suck these secondhand clothes right here. I'm gonna want this secondhand car right here. I'm gonna buy this trailer right here. I'm gonna double wide it. I'm gonna add another piece. I'm gonna build on it. This is how it's gonna be. It's gonna look real good. And just need to learn how to sell this. And you like, I'm tired of selling second hands. I'm tired of sleeping in used trailers. I'm tired of living in used houses that's run down to the bottom because you don't want to buy nothing expensive. I'm tired of these old secondhand shoes from the Goodwill, from Salvation Army, from the thrift store. I want to look thrifty myself. I want to be the first one to wear it. Can't you see my dreams? Can't you feel my passion, my heart desires? And you like, uh-uh. We don't need to pay all the expensive stuff. We don't need to have all that expensive stuff. This stuff is good. Well, look what happened to the last house we live in. Popo, the wind came by and blew our house down. That's what Libra is saying to Aries. And now we have the insurance policy telling us that it's going to take forever for them to come out here and give us a quote and pay us. It's been 2 years since they come out here, and you still want to live in some shabby stuff. Can't you see that brick is better? Brick is better. And the Aries is probably like, I don't know what you're saying, woman. I'm telling you, you got to be grateful. You got to be thankful for what you got. Even though Aries probably looking hard, making all that money, but he too stingy, or she too stingy to buy something good. Whoever's in a relationship is like, I'm making the money, but we ain't gonna spend it on something. You never know the hard times. Well, you need to spend the money on this rundown house that the winds blew down because you did not want to buy nothing good. Aries, okay. And surprise what you do with the Libra. Definitely probably me. Because God knows I'm tired of it. But anyway, I remain humble. When it comes, it comes. And don't. Okay. Anyway. For some of you Aries and Libras, you guys are worried about toxic waste and stuff. You're so concerned about the health of the world. You guys are like, oh my gosh. It could be some kind of drama going on in the basketball court. You probably go to the basketball court. It could be some kind of, I found out my boyfriend cheating on me, type of thing. So you could go to the basketball court and realize that he's there at the basketball court, but he's there with somebody else who's rooting him on. And you go there and be like, hey, Jamar, and the girlfriend come up like, who you is? Side chick that compared to you. Yeah, so once again, you guys are hearing some information that kind of like pisses you off, Aries and Libra. Some of you guys are going to church, and the other one's like, you go by yourself, I ain't going. And some of you guys are probably helping out the needy. One of you, somebody's helping out the needy, feeling bad for them, and saying, hey, this is a suffer for you, or you could do it together in a business or something. Both you guys probably will help the needy out. For some of you guys, you could be dealing with somebody who's always on the internet, showing off their secret stuff. And you may say, Aries or Leos, I want you to get off the front attention. Get off everybody seeing you. For some of you guys, you could be Aries. You may feel like Libra's run away from the fire. Or Aries, you could be running from Libra. You may feel like, I can't take this no more, baby. And you might be drinking too much. Because you may feel like this Libra's driving you crazy because with their so self-righteous justiceness going on right here, Because you want to be fast and furious. And Libra sometimes is with it, but sometimes she's like, no, I want some little bit of time. I want to sit down and eat some donuts by the TV and just want to be chill. And so therefore she's sitting or he's sitting there chilling while you out in the streets busting the moves with everybody, okay? Having a good time, speeding up and speeding cars, Smoking and getting high, drinking a little weed or some whiskey or something, tearing it up. You're doing your best. That's what you feel like is your best. Aries or Libra sitting down on the sofa looking at TV like, I don't care. He can bust a move like that. I don't care. Just don't call me. Can you bust a move? And you know what I mean by bust a move? When you bust your head over, bust your life over. Don't call me. Okay. Some of you guys could be with Aries or Libra who's a bonding cloud with you, They're riding down with you. They're like, oh yeah, we finna go ahead and get this money, baby. Can't be living on the streets. Okay. Some of you guys could be ride or die. In some way I'm not gonna speak on here, right? Because you won't be logical. All right, so that has been your information with the Libra and Aries. So let's move on with Aries and Scorpio, another water sign. Oh my gosh, let's see. What's this? Okay, Aries, you are disappointed as always. You're pissed off with the fire sign, water sign again. Y'all water signs is And what makes it so bad? What are the odds? It's both of us threes. It's crazy. It's weird. Amazing. Yeah. Anyway, it's so crazy how things line up the same way. It's like weird. But anyway, okay, Aries, I feel like you found out a Scorpio had a third party. You might have felt like, oh, so you got mad at me, cussed me out, so you go be with somebody else. So you might have had your Scorpio to cuss you out and get pissed off and then pretending they was so upset with you just go see with somebody else. Okay, you might have heard or found out. You probably spied on them or watched their GPS like they don't exist nowadays. Like who cheats nowadays, right? Like if you're cheating, you want to get caught. Okay, so it could be that somebody told you a message and you probably went to that spot and found it was there. Oh, it was hell. It was a steam pot, boy. It was balling. It was hell on wheels when you find out, right? Of course, right? Your fire signs and your water, boy. Y'all two, both of y'all can be loud and aggressive. I just can't imagine. Whew, child. Just thinking about it making me feel like, oh, bring back memories. I already know. And Scorpio felt like they had nothing to say about it when you called. It was like, I don't know, silence of the lamb. They couldn't say two words about you catching them doing something. I feel like, they was feeling themselves. They had to go out there and get it. But at the same time, they couldn't say. Some of you guys might thought your partner was dressing up as Andy. You might say, I thought you were Billy Joe. And he was like, I am Billy Joe. But I'm also Billy Ann at night. And you were a little bit disappointed in that. You was like, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Let me go get tested. Well, you out here tripping and testing everything out here in the water. Let me go get tested. You should have told me. I could have been tested a long time ago. And you looking like, well, you the one wanted me. You feel like you was on a ride out with me. So, hey, you didn't give me a chance to explain to you. You didn't want to hear the past. You didn't want me to tell you that. You was like, whatever happened in the past, it's the past. So, hey, I couldn't tell you what happened in the past affect me to my future, my present, and everything else. I couldn't tell you because you didn't want to hear none of that. You just wanted to hear what was between me and you. And this is what between me and you. And why anything else on the side matters, I don't know all of a sudden. Why you mad? Why you broken hearted? Why you disappointed? And what you know and what you learning. Hip gag. I mean, this is like all the cards too. I have never seen this. Dang Aries and Scorpio, y'all is coming through it. You is mad because you found this person here was sleeping with a same-sex person. And you wasn't really on their mind at that. Ooh, child, I'd be mad too. I mean, oh my God, poor thing. You're just crying for something. Oh, babies. Oh, how you doing like that? That thing says liar that wrote on people's car. Y'all probably wrote people's car. Cause of the eye. Ooh, called each other everything but a child of God. Ooh, child, don't key to the person's car. Y'all walking out there with a Walmart showing out. Every time a person goes somewhere, you ain't just on their behind. One of y'all, Aries and Scorpio, y'all is going through it. It's dramatic. I have never seen a scene so dramatic. Let me get up out of here. I gotta go because y'all showing out too much for me. Okay, I need a positive reading. Let's move on to Sagittarius and Aries because y'all is smoking it out more than Scorpio. Okay, so Sagittarius and Aries. I feel like you guys are kind of like toe to toe with each other. I feel like you guys are saying some words to each other and you're driving in a car. So don't be wrecking each other. Don't be tail bumping each other, trying to take each other cars. Because I feel like you guys are, how can you say it, tit for tat, saying something to each other. And the words are not very nice. And I feel like you guys are arguing about a point that you want to be settled. And it's not, the truth is not coming out. So if somebody is not telling the truth, whether Aries is not telling Sagittarius the truth or Sagittarius is not telling Aries the truth. But I feel like Aries want to know some kind of truth that Sagittarius is not telling them. So I feel like Sagittarius is like, I've been flinging out there with everybody, but I ain't gonna tell you about it. Yes, I've been flinging. Yes, I've been out there trolling the streets like a little, but it ain't none of your business, okay? What I do. And I feel like that's what Aries is trying to pinpoint because Aries can be very bold like that and and so can Aries. So it's kind of hard because both fire signs can go hard on each other behind the scenes. But I feel like you guys are gambling. Some of you guys are gambling or gamify. Some of you guys are winning, and some of you guys are blowing as soon as you get it. But I feel like some of you guys are, you know what I'm saying, you're playing games and you're competing with each other. You try to see who's going to win. Um, but sometimes you get along with each other. Sometimes it's a beautiful relationship. But I feel like this third party, we feel like this person ain't gonna have you. They think they got you, but they ain't gonna have you. And the other person is like, well, I had them once. So what? You thought you had them, but I had them once. But Aries is either like you ain't gonna have no more, or else Sagittarius like that. One of y'all like that. Okay. You might have had them once, but I got them all the time. Aries. Aries. Okay. Some of you guys are pregnant. So you guys might be pregnant. Or you had a baby. And yeah. Really do it Christmas time for some of you guys. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna move on, Aries, into your next components, okay? Because you guys are kinda like, I think you guys are doing the same thing that Scorpio readings kind of is. The energy is kind of like the same. So I feel like Aries, you're more focused on the truth about something. And I feel like some of you guys could be going out of town together too. But I feel like you want to get upset. And also be careful, Aries, that in Sagittarius, you guys don't get fighting that somebody goes have to bail you out of jail too. And you don't know why. Because you're Aries and Sagittarius got into it about something. So be mindful of being sued and going with body clot stuff. Doing some body clot stuff now. Don't be doing some kind of body and, you know what I'm saying? Don't be playing chess without checkers. Or should I say don't be playing chess without knowing how to play checkers first. So stuff like that. Okay. In other words, you think you know what you're doing and you get out of them streets and you fumble the ball and you end up in prison. Or you end up in the woods. You end up there talking about, don't throw down my journal. Let me throw the roses down there first, okay? Wait a minute. Let me throw the roses on them, okay? Wait a minute before you throw the first load. Throw some. We throw down his precious jewelry because y'all know how y'all like to go to the funeral homes and dig in the grounds and take away all that money and stuff. You know what? Come to find out, that might be a job I need to have. It's okay, be at the funeral homes and take some stuff. So I'm like, go ahead and throw Uncle Bob his last will and testament, his jewelry and his money. Like he can actually put them on the other side. I think I need to apply for that job instead of the Scorpios. No, I'm just joking. Or am I? I could be very serious about that. Okay, you just never know me some days. Anyway, so that's been your reading, Aries and Sagittarius. And we want Aries and Capricorn. Y'all look all kind of cake. I don't know if you kind of like got married and now you're disappointed in marriage or something like that. Capricorn and Aries. I feel like Capricorn became very picky, or I feel like everybody was talking noise about what this Capricorn was going through, and I feel like there was some rumors spreading around about Capricorn, and then you didn't know it until you got married, and then we got married, you was like, I know you lying, we finna get a divorce. We need to separate from each other. We can't be Holy Trinity with this going on. What? Because you know how sometimes love is blind, and you in this world of new. Girl, what? You just trying to break up my relationship. You trying to kill my happiness. I don't want to hear it. And I feel like you had this naive energy, Aries, about what was going on with this Capricorn, and you was like, no, I'm gonna marry him. He loves me. He got money. He got all this. If somebody came along or some pettiness about Aries, about Capricorn, Capricorn was like, I ain't got nothing to say. Because at first Capricorn was defending themselves, and Aries is like, oh, he can't be lying because he look like he's strong, he look nice and sweet, or she look nice and sweet. She can't have nothing wrong with her. She got to be good. She can't be smuggling no money. She can't be a account fraud. She can't be doing none of that stuff. I feel like all the rumors that you heard, that's all a lie. It was all a lie. That's all you believed. And you was like, now people yell I got married, and you don't trick them to get married. Yeah, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm about to go to prison. I'll scam some people. I feel like that's what Capricorn is telling Aries. I'm scamming. I don't scam. I'm gonna go to jail. You might have should have heard that first time. Or, yeah, it's all true. I got to go to the doctor and do a little test up and check up everything. Yeah, that's kind of true. Yep, I pretty much the little, oh yeah, there's about 4 or 5 of those little people, youngins It happened. I did it. I ain't gonna lie. Well, why you didn't tell me this before I married you? Well, because it wasn't true then. I loved you. I didn't want you to judge me. What? I feel like that's what's going on now. It's like the truth comes out after you don't marry Capricorn. Capricorn dressed up as blue at night and want little kids. I can't say all kinds of stuff on here. It's too raw. Too raw for you. Too raw for it. It's too raw for TV. Yep. You might find out the Capricorn got a one for his rest. He ain't got no money, living in a bus. He ain't got no house. That's his rent. He rent that house. He rent that thing on Craigslist. You like, what? I loved you. I love you, and all you got is lemons. This ain't really orange juice. This is squeezed lemons with no sugar. No sugar. Well, like some of the Aries dealing with some of that with Capricorn. I'm just saying, child. That's drama, ain't it? I mean, but it looked like it was beautiful in the beginning. And that's the thing about it. I'm saying I ain't giving no false information because it looked like he had the key to your heart. He was telling you all beautiful things and showering you up and fucking you up and to get married to you and everything. It was beautiful. He was covering up all the lies that everybody was telling about him and her or whoever it was. And it was beautiful. Don't get it twisted now. It was a beautiful, shining woman. Everybody has that very beautiful, shining woman in the beginning, but say, later on, once he put that ring on your finger and the truth come out and say, hey, well, sorry to tell you, it really was true. But anyway, let's move on to Aquarius and Aries. What we gotta do? Aries, I feel like some of you Aries who are dealing with Aquarius, you guys might have just had some matrimony in a relationship. Matrimony means that you guys probably went out and cheated. Okay. Um, Yeah, before you got married, because some of you Aries before you got married, you probably cheated on this person before you got married. And some of you Aries cheated while you was married this person. And you're still hanging around with the other person because you just can't let them go, but you don't want to also let the other person go. Probably because a person has a really good job, but a person that has a really good job, I feel like they found out. And I feel like they are throwing the sticks down like, dang, I didn't know you was cheating on me like that. I'm working hard, busting up because Aries so occupied with working and making money and material things until he didn't realize that Aries on the other side was like there doing his thing. Just slanging that thing, slanging that watchy Tuesday to somebody, slanging that peach, I'm going to say. Saying them peaches or whatever it was to somebody else. However you say it, somebody like that Wale Aries. You was out there Wale Tardy. It's hot as hot. And the sun didn't come out for you because you already was shining bright and hot. Just bright and hard, child. Oh, just need to stop. Just need to slow it down. Stop the flames and the fire from coming at you. Aries, you could be dealing with a Aquarius female who could be getting arrested. She could have been doing some fraudulent business. Aries, you could be dealing with somebody who's a princess. Somebody who thinks they're too cute and too cute for you. And it could be somebody you were buying tickets for, you know what I'm saying? You would have bought some tickets for somebody who was online, they was giving you that holiday spend free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you was out there buying some stuff, Aries. You know what you was doing. Aries, you was out there spinning the bottles with somebody. Yep. You were out there, and whoever you was out there with, that's buddy. Aquarius might have found it out and moved out and said, I gotta go. Sorry, but ain't nobody staying with you no more. So yeah, you might have found out somebody was out there paying some trickery money. Somebody. Yep. So yeah, that has been your Aries reading for you and Aquarius Aries. Somebody's out there moving away. I can't get nothing else besides moving away. And online dating. So that's some serious stuff going between Aries and Leo. Aries and Aquarius. Aries and Leo, you had the same thing, kind of like hearing some bad information. But I feel like Aquarius and Aries kind of like was like shocked and feel like they were working so hard trying to keep that shit built. And not Aries. Aquarius was working so hard and they realized that Aries out there doing the most because Aries is on your side and on Aquarius side. So I feel like he was out there doing a little something, something. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to Aquarius and Pisces. And this will be the last one. So therefore, I got the video for an hour, maybe 5 minutes. So Aries and Pisces. Okay, I feel like some of you guys need a lawyer, or you're dealing with a lawyer, or you could be getting divorced. But I feel like Aries, you're feeling like a hero, superhero relationship. It could be that you're with somebody who they may not know that everybody knows your name. It's like you in a small town, and all the girls is like, he's a get around dude, or she's a get around girl. Everybody's getting some, okay? And you're playing like, I love this girl so much, but in reality, you playing this song of I'm everybody man, or everybody woman. Yeah, so even the old man is out there talking about, hey baby, hey this sweet thing, and you're like, okay, you get it too. Everybody know you. And I feel like you're dealing with a Pisces who is like, you need to treat you like an old person. They're bossy, ruly, sharp tongue, want you to sit in the house all day. And you could deal with somebody also Aries. Pisces could deal with you. Either you deal with a Pisces or somebody who's in jail, or somebody's in prison, or somebody who's about to go to prison. But I feel like Aries and Pisces, somebody who's in jail or got out of jail, and I'm going to be surrounded to go to jail. I feel like all the cops out your house. They're like, oh wait a minute, my man didn't do it. I love him. He didn't do it. The FBI is like he did it. The CCI is like he did it. The cool he said he did it. Whoever it is, you did it. Yeah. I feel like Aries or you are running on the Pisces. Somebody's like, I gotta have love. I feel like somebody is not paying the bills. Somebody is worried about, you know, other things than being taking care of the kids. So I feel like you guys are taking your money or whatever you get in months, EBT, whether or not. Well, like the kids are starving and hungry. They're like, Mama, what about us? And you're like, well, I got the things to do. Girl, I got the things to do. But like you, some of you guys need to pay attention to your children. And pay attention to what you're doing with your money. It's your life. Yeah, true enough. But you can't be wasting money and then turn around and have to go get money the hustling ways and, you know, robbing and stealing money and stuff like that. You can't be doing all that. Aries and Pisces. Because together with you guys, you're like Bonnie and Clyde. Okay? Now, you guys could be online as a family and making money as a family, Pisces and Aries. But also, you could be, you know, going to other cut money, making money too. Or you could be dealing with the person who you're just, I can say it, it's like your boss is a Scorpio. I mean, not a Scorpio. Your boss is a Pisces and it's Aries. You're dealing with somebody where your wife or person who you with don't know that's what you do behind scenes, how you make your money. Okay. But your relationship is like a bond and Clyde. It's like the responsibilities for some of you Aries and Pisces, it needs to be paid attention to and could be doing with somebody, like I said, do some stuff that ain't right with the law. And some of you guys could be going to jail. You could do with a person who's in jail or go to jail for that. And then, you know, like your kids because you're trying to put money on somebody's books or you're trying to do for the other person instead of tending your children. So I feel like that's somebody look at you as if it's like, oh my gosh, you're such a good person. But in reality, you don't have responsibilities like you're supposed to. So be mindful of being in that kind of mindset or relationship that it leads you to bad karma. Okay. So Aries, and this has been your reading for your zodiac signs. I still got the rest of them to do. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to come back and see me. I'm a hot some more Jesus. It's also if you need a personal reading, you can email me and I'll get right on it for you. Okay, we need more details for your relationships. Okay. Nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.